Hey guys, what's going on? It's Colin here again. Today we're back with yet another project. This one's quite a big one. This is a snapper ride-on mower. I'm gonna guess it's from like the 80s, the late 80s maybe. Found on the curb about a year ago. I saw this biking and I sent it to a friend because I knew he would probably find it funny or actually go pick it up himself, and that's what he did. He went and picked it up. And it sat in his yard for a while, and eventually he said, hey, do you want that? So I said sure, because I'm kind of going through a bunch of stuff right now and getting rid of crap and flipping stuff and all that kind of stuff. So I figured I could probably get it running and flip it, which is what I'm going to do. It's got an 8-horse, what I thought was a Briggs, but it's actually a Tecumseh industrial commercial. It's got an electric start on it. It's going to need some electrical work, if you can't tell by these random wires and splices and things. Also, the brake goes pretty much straight to the floor, and I don't think it's actually doing anything. So we'll have to do that. Don't know what the deal with the rope is, but it's there. It's kind of a weird looking thing, but should be fun to get going. It's actually just, he said that he sprayed starter fluid up in there and it fired off, but see what this tank smells like. Oh, there's actually gas in there, and that smells pretty fresh, so we might be alright there. Might just need a carb clean out, along with a couple other random things, but yeah, this is going to be a fun little project. Please excuse the mess in the background of the garage. I'm cleaning up and getting rid of a bunch of stuff, but I'm too excited to play with this right now, so I'm going to put that on hold and get to this. It did have like a big bagger thing on the back here that was out for the curb too, but I'm not sure if he grabbed that. But he may have grabbed it and the rest of it looked like that and thrown it away. But I might just tear that piece off of there. But anyways, I'm going to put you guys up on the tripod and we will see what this thing has to offer. Alright, so don't know how great the camera work's going to be in this video because I'm not used to shooting anything this big or working on anything this big. So I might have to get in the way a little bit. Figured we'd just start by checking for spark, make sure that's good. He did say it would fire off, but I just want to double check. Make sure we have a decent spark. Plug looks pretty new. I actually looked, I thought this thing was from the 80s, but on the side of the motor there's a tag and there's a date of manufacture. And the year for Tecumseh was 8, so I was thinking 88, and then I looked and there's other dates on here that mention 1999 to, 1995 to 1999, some sort of standard, so I'm guessing this is a 98. I'm going to go ahead and balance this here. Actually, there was some liquid that came out with that, so may have been ready to fire off. I'm going to go ahead and give her a pull here, see what we get. Oh yeah, plenty of spark. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see that or not, but we got good spark. So, go ahead and put that back in there. And so I'm going to go ahead and put this back in here, and we'll take a look into that carburetor. So I was just going to say how much of a pain that gas tank was going to be, because it kind of comes back over like this and it slides right out of the way. So I'm going to go ahead and pop the air cleaner off, see what surprises, if any, await us. Let me grab my ratchets, keep them here so I don't have to run across the room all the time. These are loose. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Alright, this air cleaner will pop right out of there, so that's good. Go ahead and put these little bolts off to the side here. I'm going to just dribble a little gas down there and see if it'll fire off just for the heck of it. Alright, so I just dumped a little gas down there. Actually, I dumped a lot of gas down there, so let's see if he'll fire off. That sounds promising. Wants to go. Alright, so I actually just killed that because it was going to stink up the garage, but it runs. That was easy. Sounds like it needs a little bit of help with the carburetor though. It sounds like it was hunting a little bit and all that crap, so I'm going to go ahead and pull that air cleaner and carburetor off there, see if we can't give it a little bit of the chem dip treatment. Alright, so let's take a look into this carb here. And just pop the bowl off first. Looks like there might actually be gas still in here. Yep, and it's peeing all over the bench. Try and just wipe that up here. That might be all that was in it. Give that a little tap. Like that. There we go. So there was some crappy sludgy particles in there. Probably caused, or was part of the cause of our running issue. Go ahead and pull this float off. I'm surprised to see that this float was brass as late as 1998, but I don't know. I would have thought by then they would have been going to plastic or something else, but I guess not. Man, this this pin here is pretty stuck. There's the needle. Doesn't appear like there's a jet, or a removable jet, I should say. But I don't really know these carburetors that well. I think I'm just going to throw it in the way it is. Bath time. I'll see you in about 45 minutes. Alright guys, so while that is soaking, I figured we could take a look at some of the other issues this thing has, mainly the brake and the electrical system. So I'm going to start with the brake because I think that's a little more important than electric start. So let's take a look. Let's get this off of here first though, it's annoying. There you go, all better. Alright, so it looks like these brakes are just, or these two pedals are just pulling cables. Alright, so those brake cables come down this tube here and down under here. Under here, I haven't really looked for that before, but it looks like there's some sort of like transmission or drive wheel setup, almost like a snowblower, where there's a rubber wheel and a spinning wheel up there. I don't know how well you guys can be able to see this because I can hardly see it, but I'm going to go ahead and just take a better peek under here and see where that cable comes to, and I'll be back in a second. Well, that's one way to get a better look, I guess. Yeah, safety third. Just got that supported right there. Appears that there's some water in the seat because it's pissing out over there. But let's take a better look at this. So, it appears that off the bottom of the engine there is a spinning disc and a belt. Belt probably drives the blade here. That's a big cutting blade. Wow. Anyways, this looks like a rubber drive wheel of sorts. It's angry at me. It's trying to spit at me. I'm just trying to figure out how this works. I've never played with anything like this before. Oh, so this looks like the clutch comes down in here and moves this, which would do what? That would probably push up on this, change the gearing. Because as you get further out on this wheel, it should go faster, and then as you come down to the middle, it should go slower, I think. I'm not 100% sure, but here are our cables. That's squeaky. Where does this one go? I gotta see which one's which really quickly. Maybe you guys can help. Oh, that's our brake cable. Cool. Thanks, guys. So that comes up in here where it is currently stuck or frozen or something, and then that loops around and comes back up. Oh, comes down to here. Oh, here's our brake right here. I see. Alright, so it's just a transmission brake, I guess. It's interesting, kind of loops around like that. I think our problem is that this cable is frozen, but I could be wrong. Maybe it wasn't used very much. They probably had a flat yard. Oh yeah, that cable's just a little frozen, I think. Alright, I'm going to try and lubricate that a bit and I'll get back to you. Alright, so I got that cable freed up a bit, and the other thing I did, this is kind of interesting, they're these little adjustment beads. They slide on the cable here. You pop this rubber piece off, and there's a little keyhole there that you can feed more beads through. So I fed all the beads through that I could find, and the brake is doing something now, because if I pull this, it's pretty easy. If I pull this and put the brake on, it gets much harder. So it should be sufficient, but I'm probably not going to want to take it down my driveway. I don't know if that would end well. I might be able to get down, but I might not be able to get back up, but we'll have to see. I might wheel it down to the street and do a brake check at some point, but I think the next thing I want to tackle is the electrical. Then after that, the carburetor should be out of its bath and we can give this thing a test ride. So it seems to me that most of the electrical is right in this area. Seems like a battery set here, and then this is your starter button, and then back down here is the wire to the starter, maybe, but this looks all hacked up and like somebody's been screwing with this. Plus this wire seems really thin for an electric starter. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that there is something I'm missing here. So I'm going to go ahead and pull these covers off and we'll see what we find. Well, I was kind of expecting this, but I think we had some critters in there. It appears that there is some sort of like safety switch here. That's down there, and then there's a couple switches and things in here. I'm gonna have to go ahead and blow all this stuff out or vacuum it out, and then we can take a look. But I think the battery sat over there. The thing I did notice though is that the cord on the starter there, the main cable is cut, so that's no good. I'm gonna have to fix that. I don't know where this went to. Maybe this was a charging coil under there. I'm wondering if somebody removed this all for a reason. Maybe there was a charging system under this Tecumseh and it went bad and the batteries kept going flat, so they cut it all off. I'm not sure. If I find that this is way too much work to replace all the electrical, I might just take it all out and make it a pull start only. But yeah, actually, you know what? I just saw a tag here. I wonder if this has a model on it. No, I don't think so. Oh wait, you know, there's a tag over here too. I didn't see this. Oh, there's your model. Huh. There you go. Snapper Power Equipment. Serial number 530-37681, model 280855. Cool. Well, now we know that. And the other thing I found out earlier that I forgot to mention, you pull this all the way to fast, it does automatically choke it. So I had it choked when I was trying to start it, which didn't help. But I'm going to go ahead and get all that crap out of there, and I'll be back in a second. Alright guys, so I got that blown out. I made a big mess all over the floor. I think I know what I'm going to do with the electrical for now. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold off until I get this thing running. I'm going to see if there's any voltage that comes out of here. If there is, I might consider putting it back, but the current state it's in, I think I'm just going to clean this up, which is just a kill wire, and just take it all out, because right now it seems like it's kind of far gone, and I don't want to put the money into rewiring it all if this doesn't output any power, because I'd have to like buy some stuff, and I don't know, I might not put it back even if that does make power. I'm not sure, because it's a lot of work and some money that I don't really want to put into it, but I'm going to go ahead and take the carburetor out of the chem dip now, and we will clean it up and put it back on and see if she runs. Alright, bath time's over. Go ahead and get this crap out of here. For a second I got scared that it ate this, but it didn't. It was just sitting in the corner where I couldn't see it. Alright, gonna put that off to the side. I'm gonna go ahead and blow this thing off just because it's pretty dirty and gross. that seems to have worked pretty well. Still kind of dirty, but oh well. So I'm going to go ahead and throw this thing back together. You guys don't need to see that. And bolt it up, and we'll see if she'll fire up. Alright, carb's on there. Got the fan running. Let's see if she'll start. This isn't looking so good right now. Go ahead and move you guys over a little bit. Ah, you know, there's a key switch. That might help. I bet you it needs the restriction of the air filter for it to run right, so I'm going to go ahead and throw that back on. Alright, the air filter's on. Let's see if that helped at all. It's not running so well. I don't see an adjustment. Actually, I lied. There's a screw here, but it's turned in all the way, but it seems pretty loose. Yeah, I turned it out one turn. Let's see. Didn't like that too much. Yeah, I don't think it's too happy. I think I'm just going to take it for a quick test ride though, even though it's running like crap. Let's see if the deck will work. So guys, it's been probably a month since I last did any video on this thing, but I've been doing a bunch of work to it in the meantime. Sorry I haven't gotten a video at all, but it's just kind of the way things worked out with my testing and everything. So I figured I'd fill you guys in. I haven't done that much, like, you know, big stuff. It's been a bunch of little things. So first off, I power washed it, so it's a little cleaner now. And I've been driving it around a lot, so I've gotten used to the brake and clutch and stuff, and that all seems to work pretty well. You know, everything seems to work fine on this. What ended up happening, I think shortly after the last clip you guys seen, was I had to go in for dinner, and stupid me, even though I knew the carburetor leaked some, I left the tank up here instead of putting it down below. And this thing didn't have a fuel shut-off, so I've since added one, because what happened was the carburetor decided to leak past the gas decided to leak past the float, and it completely filled up the entire combustion chamber and the crankcase. So I brought my parents out and said, hey, look what I got running, and I pulled on it and just dumped a gallon of gas out of the exhaust on my driveway, which was not very good. Luckily it had been raining, so that didn't leave a big stain, because otherwise they would have really killed me. But yeah, so that wasn't good, and it kind of pissed me off. So what I ended up doing was I ended up sourcing a carb kit for this, and I rebuilt the carburetor, and now it runs pretty well and it doesn't leak anymore. And I've put this fuel shut off of here, so that will prevent it. And it runs pretty decently, especially considering it's a Tecumseh. I've never had a Tecumseh that's ran too well, but oh well. And yeah, that's pretty much all I've done to it, and I've just been driving around a lot. The only thing I just need to do before I can go ahead and sell this is change the oil one more time. I decided to abandon the electrical system. The charging coil works, and I'm sure the motor works too, but I'm just missing too many pieces to, you know, make it worth putting back together. So I'm just going to leave it the way it is. Plus, it starts on the first pole every time anyways, so there's that. So I figured I'd go ahead and just get a quick clip of me driving around on this thing, and we can conclude this video. So let's go do that. So there you go, it even pops wheelies. So overall, I'm pretty happy with it. It's been pretty fun to just drive around here, and it climbs pretty good. It climbs right up this driveway, which is pretty steep. But yeah, so anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this little video. If you did, leave a comment, like, subscribe, do all that stuff, and I think I'll catch you in the next one. So, till then.